everyone. Most of you watching this video know me. Most of you watching this video consider me a friend, family member, partner, co-worker. I want you to know that statistically speaking, this might be one of the last times some of you see me alive. For those who don't know, I was confronted by a police officer while I was standing outside with a few friends of mine venting frustrations. 3 officers showed up armed. They were ready to stare at a black person in the face and open fire without a second thought. Behind me, there is a banner that I created. The list of trans people that have either committed suicide or have been killed. And I just added 4 names to that list yesterday. Today, I will add another. I want you to look next to you, to go through your phone, to look on your Facebook feed, your Twitter feed, your Tumblr feed, whatever it is you're using nowadays. I want you to go online and see people you call friends, people you are in love with. If you know someone who is trans, especially if they are a trans person of color, you need to realize that we don't have time. Statistically speaking, the average life expectancy of a trans woman of color is 35 years old. As of this year, more than 1 in 4 trans people, in this case trans women of color, will experience violence, misgendering, sexual assault, police violence, lack of access to employment, lack of access to education, lack of access to healthcare, homelessness, varying factors. We don't have time to hear you say not all cis people. We don't have time to hear you say not all white people. We don't have time to hear you say these things, to hear you call yourselves allies and then stop at calling yourselves allies. Allyship is a verb. It is an action word. We need action now. This list has over 30 people on it. It is July. I can literally think of 4 or 5 things off the top of my head right now that could get me killed the second I leave my home today. So I haven't left. I've just been awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering when it's my turn. And for those who think that this is an irrational thought, I want you to do the math. I am 26 years old. Statistically speaking, I won't live to see 30. We need to understand that we are at epidemic numbers. I almost died last week. To all my so-called allies out there, look at the person that gives you justification for calling yourself an ally and imagine them not here anymore. Imagine this person not in your life anymore. Imagine this person stripped of their heartbeat, stripped of the essence, stripped of everything that makes them them in a matter of moments, and then misgendered by the media and given a false name. Almost every article I've seen in the past week has had the idea of a man in a dress being murdered. People need to understand that when a trans person is murdered, even their legacy becomes a victim to violence and misogyny. People need to understand this. And if it doesn't sink in yet, I want you to imagine a world where I'm on this list.